Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I am in Lisbon. We've just touched down, and not touched down, but we've been in Lisbon for a while, but we were in a different part. We're kind of doing the touring thing a little bit. This is, I think, the first day where we're actually getting an opportunity to tour. Oftentimes we're, you could say, push or incentivize, especially when we're doing media, to not necessarily talk about the greater aspects of our world, to talk about the more horrendous aspects of our world. It's an odd incentive just based on the thing. If people don't necessarily look at the good news, people look at what's on fire, what's blowing up, what's being killed and slaughtered and everything else. Sometimes we also get stuck in the mindset that, oh my God, the world is a horrendous place. Oh, they're stealing votes, or they're screwing around with the voting system, or this guy's being killed in this country, meaning Khashoggi, this guy's brutally murdered. We're selling weapons to people who are not necessarily of the best. There's poverty, there's people dying, there's people on the streets not necessarily having somewhere to stay. All of that's true. All of that's completely true. It doesn't have to be that way, though. A different world is possible. And we forget sometimes, or not even mention, that the world that we have, and the incentives that we have, or the behaviors that we have, the ideologies, the cultures, all of those things are just small incremental changes that we take on, that we don't even necessarily choose, that are thrust upon us from one day to the next, from the time that we are infants to the time that we grow old and die. And oftentimes people don't necessarily interrogate the things that have been put into their heads, whether that's religious beliefs, be it Christianity, Islam, capitalism. Capitalism is a religious belief. In the same way you have people believing in Jesus and believing in this magical Jesus. You have people who believe that markets should dominate all aspects of life, that everything should be an aspect of the market system. Even when the world around you is falling apart, they still will make this argument of markets are awesome. Watching Obama give that chest thump speech talking about, the bankers are not the issue. No, to some degree they are. The idea that you can dump tons of money into political campaigns and then the political apparatus itself leans and moves in the direction of a top 1% is a problem. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can have a different world. A different world is possible. 95% under the last Democratic president, the guy who they called a socialist, went to the top 1%. If you were a person sitting on the moon, or if you were an alien coming to the planet, if you were peering over the edge of the world, you would think that was lunacy. No person in their right mind would choose that. You had 100 people in the room, and one guy comes in and takes 95 slices of pizza. What would the rest of the people in the room say to that? They would think that man was a lunatic for thinking such. But in our society, we're okay with that. We have certain factional divisions, be it race, sex, religion, all of these things we use to create factions of us. When the reality of it is, we're fundamentally the same. The same energy that creates me and animates me is the same energy that animates you. It's the same energy that animates everybody that's out here in the square that's looking at me like I've lost my mind. All of us are fundamentally the same. And yet we make these factional divisions. This person's old and this person wants this. This person is young and this person wants this. This person is black. This person is white. Fact of the matter is, we as a society never at any point have stopped and say, how should we be organized? Ultimately, we're stuck in the context of history to some degree. A different world is possible. To some degree, this is an issue of choice. The idea that 95% of the worth of all of us goes to a small body of greedy men is insane, and that fundamentally needs to change. A different world is possible. No, you can't necessarily give the top 1% 95% of the worth. And if you had a bunch of birds and you threw breadcrumbs, if there was, a small amount of food, then it makes all the sense in the world that those birds are going to peck the shit out of each other to get that food. We are not that different. We're not that different. We can have a different world, just not in the way that we've currently gone about our affairs. I'm going to keep this short, and I'm going to keep this sweet. All I'm saying, in a basic point, our world's falling apart. You had a UN report that essentially saying just from the climate change thing alone, where hair on fire, that report has becoming more hair on fire, going to the point of saying we have, 20 years. 20 years. The system needs to change. This religious belief in markets and capital needs to change. Putting political parties in office that are obsequious to Wall Street, obsequious to military, obsequious to killing people. We have psychopaths running the system. What he says, a madman, or the subway car has been stolen by a madman. To some degree, this boils down to us, the rest of us, the 99%, making a choice. I don't fault kings and queens for looking out at the world and saying, hey, you should worship me. I'm appointed by God. I mean, after all, if they can convince a bunch of people to do that, they're incentivized to do such. But the rest of us, the bakers, the cookers, the people who run those boats, the people who are running that particular stall, the guy who's running that boat, the guy who's running that thing serving the coffee, the person who sets the electrical systems, the person who writes the programs. The worth of us should go to us, not the top 1%. The elimination of the capitalist class should be an aspect of something that we work towards. And I understand that that's not necessarily something you do in one fell swoop. But if you understand, there are trillions of dollars, like literally trillions of dollars that are kept offshore, that they're storing. That's money that's essentially not being used for the betterment of the society, not being used for the betterment of us. It's being kept by a bunch of greedy men. I understand that there's a certain fear associated with any level of change. But look at your world and look at the pain that's associated with just standing still and keeping things the way that they are. Time for a change. I don't have this Jack Fresco idea where we can essentially change this stuff overnight. But at the very least, it starts with this recognition that a better world is possible and moving towards that better world. And part of recognizing that is recognizing that the top 1% should not be able to get 95% of the worth. And if you have a system that is organized in a way that gives them 1% of the worth, then that system needs to fundamentally change. Whether that takes place within the political apparatus or outside of it, that system fundamentally needs to change. I'll end this here because I don't want to go too long. And if I'm being honest, people are staring at me, so it's slightly make me feel like an asshole. You have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on this evening for the regular shows. Thanks all.